the injury stuff has got to affect the room too, right? Like every other day is someone else is going down.
Bonkers.
And, like with Tanev, who knows? Stolarz, who knows? Like those are major pieces.
Yeah.
Right? Like how do the Leafs navigate this?
Well, they're looking for a defenseman. I mean, that's been the case,
like an impact
months.
Guy or like a depth
best
guy?
available. No, I mean, there are depth pieces available. I mean, look at what the Winnipeg Jets are doing right now, right? I'm pretty sure if the Toronto Maple Leafs wanted to reunite Luke Chen, they'd get him for a lower end draft pick. And I think that Luke is looking for a better opportunity, bigger role. I mean, we can appreciate given where he's at in his career. And I mean this very respectful of Luke because, okay, granted, he was never quick, but he's slower now. But man, he's still a simple, smart defenseman, tough. He's got that personality and the presence in that room, no matter how many minutes he's playing. But yeah, I mean, Brad Treliving has to be aiming higher. And how much higher? Again, that depends on what the ask is coming back.
Yeah, that's it, man.
That's where they struggle.
Jonas, you're kind of wincing.
Well, because I wrote about this for tomorrow, and I mentioned Shen. I think it makes sense because of the price.
Yeah.
And they're better defensemen. Rasmus Andersson is a much better defenseman, obviously. But I don't know. But I don't think they have the assets to get better defensemen.
They have zero assets. What are you talking about?
Well, they don't have zero assets. You could trade Easton Cowan if you wanted. You could trade Ben Danford. You're gonna laugh. They have a second-round pick in 2027. Yeah. Cool. They don't have nothing, but other teams have better stuff.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. That's the question. Yeah, I mean, what is your team right now too? Treliving's got to consider that.
Right.
It's like if you're Colorado, you're like, yeah, we're in it to win it.
Yes.
The Leafs aren't even in the playoffs right now.
Yeah. What are you going to do? Spend on this?
Yeah, exactly.
Have clarity what you're...
Let's say you go get Rasmus Andersson. Let's say that's the guy.
Let's say it takes all your best stuff.
Cowan, Danford, and Picks.
And a Picks.
Only if you get him on an extension, obviously.
And then that's its own thing. Should you be extending this guy?
Why not?
Well, your defense is old already. He's going to be 30.
Well, yeah, but you can rejig that in the offseason too, right? You're going to have to move some of those pieces.
Can you?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a fair question. Do you extend him? Yeah. But is that the right move for them? That's all
to me,
your stuff.
It doesn't feel like the right timing for that. I'd give it another 10 or 15 games, personally.
Fair.
I know they've been playing better recently. Good for them. They're in a better position right now.
Yeah.
I'm not making a play where I'm unloading everything I've got.
No.
Personally, and you know where I stand on this, Jonas. I think at some point they've got to reload and rebuild the farm system. You got to have young players.
Not much in the Marlies.
And
there's not much.
If it's Quinn Hughes, okay.
Yes, exactly.
But Anderson's not Quinn Hughes.
So how can you go from saying you're going to unload Easton Cowan, Ben Danford, a first-round pick from somewhere in 2035, and you got to have to rebuild your farm system? It can't be both ways.
Exactly. It doesn't work that way.
And look, they high value Easton Cowan. Mm-hmm. Fair or unfair? I think it's fair.
I think it is.
He's a good young player.
He's a good young player, and you don't have enough of that moving forward, and he's more or less homegrown. Mm-hmm. And there's been speculation in the market that Toronto was pushing him for Braden Shen and all. That's not what happened. Now, if Toronto is going to trade Easton Cowan, wind it back several months or move it forward, doesn't matter. It's for a can't miss. And to the discussion we're having right now, maybe the miss is the timing of doing it in the first place because maybe this team isn't good enough to waste those assets. To your point, Brian, we don't know.
Yeah.
We don't know yet. It's too early.
Let's bring in Pierre LeBrun, our TSN hockey insider as well, as we roundtable this bad boy. We're going to 5 boxes up on TV? I hope so, because I always love being right in the middle of this.
The Brady Bunch.
There it is. Yes, Pierre, I love it. Where do you stand on this, Pierre, in terms of the Leafs? Is it a fork in the road? Do you try to improve? If you're going to sell, is it too early to think that way? How do you think Treliving could be approaching this scenario?
Well, before I get that, let me thank Brian Gooding from the Fergus Whalers, Junior C hockey team here in Fergus, Ontario, for setting me this Fergus Whalers hoodie this week.
Love it.
Thank you, Brian.
Yes.
Very appreciated.
Appreciate it.
I thought I'd wear it on overdrive. Yeah. Everything Whalers is greatly appreciated. The Leafs are in such a tough spot. I've listened to everything you guys were saying, and I think you pretty much covered the scenarios. I think you got to get to the Olympic break and see if this resurgence is real and you've hung in there. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't do anything before then. because of all the assets you've already spent. And, as another GM from another team was telling me today, because this is what they feel is true for a lot of teams in the East, the Eastern Conference standings are like a crushed beer can right now. Everyone's on top of each other. And you got to get to the Olympic break and actually say to yourself, are we still in this? Mm-hmm. Now, the flip side to that argument is if you miss an opportunity the next couple of weeks before the February 4th trade freeze to help yourself, have you missed your window? And will that help your season slip away if you didn't act? I don't care about that option. I do think you got to get the Olympics and make sure you're still in this race before you spend more assets if you're Toronto. I don't think you can be too aggressive before that, in my opinion. There's still 12 days to go after the Olympics. It's not like Vancouver in 2010, the trade deadline was literally 48 hours after the gold medal game. There's 12 days after the trade freeze from Milan. There's time to assess where you are, what your needs are, and decide whether or not you want to be aggressive, in theory, one last time with this group.